Howdy folks, and welcome back to another video. This week is a little bit different. If you didn't know, last month there was a challenge going on called Inktober. This is a monthly drawing challenge that has gone on every October since I think it was 2015 or 14. I don't know, I'll double check and correct myself in the description if I'm wrong. Anyway, my prompt list this year was the official one, but I wanted to use it to inspire me to draw songs. So that's what I did, and this is a little tour of my sketchbook. It is a Sea White of Brighton sketchbook in A5, so let's have a quick look inside. Sorry, my cat was savage to me recently. Yep, that page is great. So the first prompt for the month was Ring, and I decided to draw Dead Ringer for Love by Meatloaf, and I drew the Rock and Roll Brew. So I limited myself to about 20 minutes with each of these illustrations because I didn't want to get bogged down with Inktober. Prompt 2 was Mindless, so I went with Can I Play with Madness by Iron Maiden. I'm not sure if it'll show on camera, but I actually used some metallic pens there, so that's what's going on there. A little crystal ball. Prompt 3 was Bait. I was thinking, what was this now? So I went with Catch All the Fish, Brad Paisley. I drew this little fisherman on a boat with some tins, because the lyrics are like catch all the fish and drink all the beer. You can tell I don't know anything about fishing. Don't know if that's the sort of thing you do there. Day 4 was Freeze, and this was inspired by Within Temptation, Frozen, and the lyrics I can't reach my soul. So that's what's going on there, and again I used that metallic pen. And then day 5 was Build, so I obviously went with We Built This City. I'm trying so hard not to sing through this because, you know, I don't want to torture you guys. But what I will do is make a playlist of all of the songs, and then if you wanted to listen to them, you can. This one was one of my favourites. So this was day 6, and it was Husky. And it took me a while to think of anything with dogs in, and then I suddenly remembered, like, Bark at the Moon, why not? It's not a husky, but it could be, you know. But I really like this one. I like how this one came out. Day 7 was Enchanted, and so I went with I Put a Spell on You. I don't actually know who wrote this song originally, but I always think of like the Bette Midler version from Hocus Pocus. But I quite enjoyed this one. It was quite fun. I liked playing with the lighting coming up there. Day 8 was Frail, and I really toyed with this one. I chose the song Cancer by My Chemical Romance, and it was kind of fitting because the first year I tried to do Inktober, I lost a friend to cancer on day 8. So the fact that this prompt came up and this was the song that inspired me, I just had to draw it and I had to include it. Day 9 was Swing, so I went with Swing Swing by the All American Rejects, and the chorus actually goes like swing swing from the tangles of my heart, and so I just kind of drew a really tangled heart, trying not to keep it too dark, you know, after we'd just had, you know, cancer and all. And then this was Pattern, and the song was Never Again by Breaking Benjamin, and it's breaking the patterns, beautiful anger, breaking the patterns. And so I tried to draw someone who was very angry and also breaking. I feel like she has a very masculine face, so maybe she's not, I don't know. She didn't quite turn out as I wanted her to. A lot of these were hit and miss, to be honest. And then we had Snow, and I couldn't have snow without the Immigrant Song, because, you know, I come from the land of the ice and snow. And I quite enjoyed drawing this. It was a lot of white ink involved though. And it could have been better, but again, I tried to limit myself because I didn't want to stress myself out by not finishing it, and it's the first year I've been able to, so this was one of my favourites. So I don't know if you know this about me, but I like drawing dragons. So when the prompt dragon came up, I thought of Dragon Force and the song Through Fire and Flames, because, you know, dragons breathe fire. So I did this dragon. Kind of looks a bit I don't know if he's dancing in that pose, but I wanted to fit a full body dragon because I've done so many portraits of dragons that I was like, I want to put a whole dragon in, and you know, I still enjoyed him. He broke the 20-minute rule though. I do have to disclaimer on that one, but you know. And then this prompt was ash, so I went with a phoenix. Kudos to my husband for this one actually, because I was like, struggling a little bit here, and he was like, phoenixes rise from ashes. I was like, so the Phoenix is a song by Fall Out Boy, and again I used my metallic gold paint on him, and it's quite nice in the light. And then Overgrown, this was Oblivion by Shinedown, and I'm trying to remember what the exact lyric is now. It's Temptations Overgrown. That's the lyric. So yes, that's why I went for that. And this one was Legend, and I drew Michael Jackson from the song History. I think the line is every legend dies in his glory. And yeah, I guess he died in the middle of his tour, so it was his glory days. But also, like, I just think the song History is about so many different legends as well, so I wanted to do that. This prompt was Wild, and I went for Born to be Wild by Steppenwolf. And the lyric that I really liked was Heavy Metal Thunder. And obviously drawing thunder is difficult, but lightning comes with thunder, so I thought I'd draw lightning, and I really like how this one turned out. Like, the lightning was a lot of fun, and although it's probably one of the more simpler illustrations that I did for Inktober, like some of them are super simple because I was feeling tired or burnt out that day, I just really like this one. I really like how the lightning looks, and it's fun, and I also like the lyric Heavy Metal Thunder. It's just fun. And the prompt for day 17 was Ornament, and I drew this lady here. So the track is actually called Ornament as well, and it's by the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I went to see these when I went to America to visit my good friend Lili, and it's something that I have treasured ever since the CD that I bought there. But the song Ornament is so gorgeous. It's basically about this man singing about how he's lost his girl is out there somewhere, and it says there is an ornament lost inside the night, and then somewhere she glistens where no one can see. So that's what I drew there. Misfit, I really toyed with this one. So the prompt was Misfit, and I wanted to do a song by the Misfits, but then I couldn't get Skater Boy out of my head. So Skater Boy won, I'm afraid. But as I finished this drawing, I thought, have I just basically drawn an older Pie Face? So anyone who reads Dabino might know that Pie Face was one of the first comics that I did for them, and he basically looks like this, and I didn't notice that when I was drawing it. It was literally as I put the pen down, I went, oh maybe that's what I've done. So who knows, maybe Pie Face grows up to look like this. This one was Sling, and I struggled with this one, but there is a line in this Aerosmith song, Falling in Love is Hard on the Knees, which is every time you fall, you get your booty in a sling. And so I decided to draw this burlesque looking lass in literally sitting in a sling, and I have no idea why I decided to draw that, but it was fun and I liked it. So yeah, Falling in Love is Hard on the Knees. This was another one of my favourites. The prompt was Tread, and I used the song Don't Tread on Me by Metallica. And a lot of the lyrics in that song are like, she with the deadly bite, don't provoke her. So I was just getting snake vibes. Plus it's off the Black Album, which has a snake on the front cover. So I drew this coiled up snake with all of its like droody bits and like it's hissing at you and stuff. But I really enjoyed this one. I like drawing animals, what can I say? And then day 21 was Treasure, I think. And I decided to go with the line in this that's there's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold. You know, gold is treasure. And she's buying a Stairway to Heaven. Again, like one of the simpler ones that I did. I don't think I was feeling incredibly well this day, but I quite liked the use. Again, I've gone for my gold. I just liked working on toned paper with metallics and whites and stuff. Prompt was Ghost on day 22. So I went for Ghost Riders in the Sky. And like the white of the skeleton head is really quite jarring on this. But again, metallic. So in case you hadn't figured it out by now, I kind of limited myself to, I had a gold pen, a silver pen and a green pen. And other than that, it was just white and black. Day 23 was Ancient. So it's another Iron Maiden song. It's this Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. And the lyric I went for was the ship sailed on and on. It says through the fog, but I was like, yeah, there might be more lightning. Because I really enjoyed doing the lightning on Born to Be Wild. So I was like, I'm doing that again. But I quite like this one. And then Dizzy. My husband got a bit upset with me for this one because I broke out of like the rock and metal stuff, but I just couldn't get, you know, that classic Dizzy, my head is spinning. Oh, I said I wasn't going to do that, but yeah. And there's a line about I held you tight and kissed you, so I drew my oldest OCs, Zal and Reiki, having a kiss for the first time, so that was nice. These guys are like 15 years old or something now, as in I've owned them for that long or created them that long, probably longer. Let's not dwell on that. This was one of my least favourite drawings, but hey, Cherry Pie I drew for the prompt Tasty. Of course Cherry Pie was by Warrant, and I literally I stood thinking about the lyrics for ages and I could literally just get cherry pie, so I was like, you know what, I'm just drawing a pie, I'm not going to dwell over this any longer. So here is a pie with cherries. Like, who would leave the stalks in the pie? No one. No one. Now this one I liked. So the prompt for this one was actually dark, I think, just dark, not darkness. But I went for the song The Light by Disturbed, and I love this song. This is one of my favourite songs because it's just so inspiring. So the line is something, don't let your fear keep you blinded. And so like she's looking quite afraid and this kind of constrained by her fears, but ultimately the chorus is, sometimes darkness can show you the light. And when I first heard that song, I needed that song, so this one's special to me. This prompt was coat, and I look at this hip hop. Seriously, Emily, what were you thinking? Anyway, I tried to think of songs with coat in, and all I could get was, I've got my old coat for a pillow in the Earth Was Last Night's Bed, which was Blaze of Glory. So I drew a gunslinger, but I actually had the most fun with the cactuses. So I was like, oh, my green pen would work with those, and then those white needles. But yeah, he's seriously hip popping. I don't know. It's a very anime stance, isn't it? You'd fall over, mate. Straighten yourself up. Oof. Yeah. So, me and machinery, we don't mix. I loved the Transformers as a kid, but I never drew the Transformers because they're made of metal. But this prompt was Ride, and so Wanted Dead or Alive, we got to go from John Bon Jovi to Bon Jovi, so there's a bit of a Bon Jovi moment there. But the lyric is, on a steel horse I ride, and so I wanted to draw a steel horse, and also chrome. That was fun. Not my best work, not gonna lie. we'll just turn that page. Ooh, now this one. This one went places I wasn't expecting. So the prompt was injured, and I chose hurt, which I believe is actually by 9 Inch Nails, but the version I love is the Johnny Cash version. And the lyric I chose was, I wear my crown of thorns upon my liar's chair. And I started sketching this out, and it was originally just going to be like a dude with a crown of thorns sat on a chair. I was like, yeah, whatever. And then I was like, oh, these thorns look kind of fantasy-esque. And then I gave him ears. And then as I was drawing it, it was like this character was emerging. And so I really feel like I need to name him. Although the name Oswald kept coming around, I have no idea where that came from. Like, does this look like an Oswald to you? Let me know in the comments. Is my name Oswald? But yes, so I got this image in my head, like he's the king of liars, and like you can come to him and he'll help you cover up stuff, but he's ultimately like living a shallow life of loneliness because he lies to everyone. But I like him. I might need to draw him again, develop him further, maybe. Yes. Day 30 was Catch, and again, I didn't mean to draw this. Maybe I'll Catch Fire was the song I chose, which was by Alkaline Trio, and I just thought, like, I'll draw a silhouette in flames, and as I was drawing it, it turned into Vegeta. So yeah, sorry about that. And finally, this one took me a long time to think of a song for, because I couldn't. The prompt was ripe, and right at the end of this song, which is Float by Flogging Molly, he sings a ripe old age, quite a lot. A ripe old age, a ripe old age, a ripe old age. Oh yes, I am. So yeah, I drew this old chap at a bar because it starts off with drink, that's all you can kind of thing. It's just dealing with existing, I suppose. So yes, that was my last Inktober prompt, and I've never really drawn an old person before, so I'm not really sure that I did well. But I did it, and I'm really pleased that I did, because I've finally done an Inktober. I wanted to do this for years, so thank you for sitting through this little sketchbook tour. I hope it was nice, something a little bit different. If you liked it, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and if you would like to see more artwork, I'm going to be doing more drawings. Like, sketchbook tours are not really a thing that I will do because I don't really keep a sketchbook. I just kind of doodle on whatever I can find, but there'll be more drawings coming, and so don't worry if you didn't particularly enjoy the style of this video, but subscribe and see what else I come up with. And until next week, guys, I will see you later. Bye.